This is a video for week 4 lessons. In this video, we're trying to show children how to tell the value of each digit on a 3-digit numbers. For example, this number. For example, you can put out any numbers, and the numbers, suggested numbers, are on the teacher's manual. For example, we're going to work on 3 digits. So remind them that this is where the dot is the units rod, and then the tens, and then the hundreds, and the thousand. Now, if I got 1 bit of 100 and 1 unit, what is that number? Okay, so get them to try to tell you what that number. So this is obvious, is 101. Now, a lot of children will write 101 as in this. This usually happens when they are lacking in the place value understanding. So what you can do is to show them that the abacus beads map how you write it. To get them to write this down, 1 bit of 100, 0, tens, and 1 unit. That is how you write 101. And then do more difficult one like this. What is that number? Tell them to work from left to right first. How many beats of 100? 3. 300. Now emphasize that 300s might sound like a big number, but actually when you look at the abacus, the soroban is only made of 3 beats in the hundreds place. And then that is 20, and that will be 5, 6, 7. So 300 at 20 at 7 makes 327. And from time to time you can ask them to write down, how do you write 327? Now then do a few of these, okay, and then do something like more challenging, or you can really show them big number in the 900s just to make them sort of like think, oh well, actually it's not really that hard. So this number is 459. Now when you're showing them 10 3-digit, get them to tell you, you know, what are they made of, what are the hundreds, what are the tens, and what are the units. And after you've done that exercise, it might be good to just do a bit of like try to do things mentally. For example, oh, this is 459. Well, if I were to add 10, what do you think the answer is going to be? So ask them to sort of like imagine moving a 10 bit, but actually not touching it, and see if they can tell you. And then after that, you show them that, okay, adding a 10 is very simple. It's just adding on the tens rod. So it becomes 469. Well, what if we got this number, 232. Well, how do I add 100? Well, when you write the question out, it seems like a big number, but when you look at the abacus, it's very simple. Well, where do I add 100? In this rod? Ask them, or in this rod, or in this rod. And if you know the value of each rod, then they will tell you it should be added 100 on this rod. Then it will make 332. So get them to do a few of those. And then get them to do page 30. This is basically, you know, the number comparison between bigger or smaller here. Yes, get them to do this, but they don't have to tell the differences because some of the numbers are quite tricky to tell the difference. We will leave that for later. But this exercise is good. Quite a lot of children doesn't know that if you give them number 20, now what comes after 29? 30. They need to think about it. What number comes before? So this is a good overall exercise to see how they get on. Now, once you've done that practice about adding tens on mentally and adding hundreds on mentally, get them to do page 31, where these are all done 15 at 10 more. Now, some children will be able to tell straight away that the answer is just 25. But for those who cannot do it, just get them to use the abacus. Okay, for example, number 1 is 15. Add a 10 more. This is to emphasize that adding 10 is as simple as just adding a 10 on the 10 bit, and the answer is 25. So that would be an exercise to do. And some children who are faster might be able to do this kind of question, which we have been doing. 180. Add 20 more. Add 10. And another 10 becomes 200. Okay. I'll do that again. 180. Okay, if you try to add 20 more, add 20s on here. Add 10. And if you 90 add another 10, it makes 200.